When I'm out on adventures, especially multi-day ones with my Subaru Forester, having some sort of power is critical. And that's why charging my power solution with, well, one of these 12-volt outlets isn't really the best idea. Even after driving 10 hours, we only get a few percentage. And if we're spending multiple days out camping, well, the second day, it's going to be dead, which means I'm going to have no connectivity, my fridge is going to have to shut down, and I'm not going to be able to record adventures for you guys. And that's why today we're going to be installing BLUETTI's Charger 2 onto my Subaru Forester to help alleviate that and, well, make sure I'm powered no matter the adventure. Not only does this get us 600 watts of solar, but also 800 watts of power from our alternator, making sure that no matter the adventure, whether we're conquering some alpine trails or camping a couple nights in the snowy wilderness, we're going to be charged up. But before we go ahead and do the install, let's see exactly what we need. Thankfully, BLUETTI provides pretty much everything you need to get set up. First and foremost is the charger itself and all of its inputs along here. We'll be going through all of this during the install to make sure that you have the right ports for your applications. Other than that, there is obviously some cabling required. First and foremost is what you're going to be running from the battery to, well, the charger 2. This connects to your battery because if it was connected directly to the alternator, it wouldn't have some of the other really cool features that we'll be talking about a little bit later. Obviously, this is pretty thick gauged wire, and that's because, well, 800 watts is a lot of power. So you've got some pretty good thick gauge wire, and, well, you got a lot of it. It's going to be more than enough for my Subaru Forester. If you're maybe running this on a 1-ton from, I don't know, let's say the front to the back of your bed, this might not be enough, but for pretty much everyone in their SUVs, this is perfect. On top of that, of course, we're going to have a fuse system for this. This is the fuse that they provide. It is 75 amps, which is pretty absurd. And then we have a couple connectors, including the connectors to connect the BLUETTI Charger 2 to, well, a BLUETTI charger bank, as well as solar. As I mentioned, this not only does 800 watts of alternator power, but it also does 600 watts of solar. I do have a solar panel on the hood here, but this solar panel is going to be running in a little bit different of a configuration because what I want to do is I want to put around 300 watts of solar on the top of my rooftop tent, which we'd run exactly into this. So that is a plan, and that's kind of why this is perfect for, well, us overlanders. Other than that, you also have a couple other cables and a couple other things you can go ahead and get set up on the Charger 2 that we are going to be touching on today. But if you're doing some more extreme cases, which I'd love to do in the Subaru Forester, like let's add even a bigger battery to this, maybe do some other kind of induction cooking or something like that, you can go ahead and put that in the battery slot here with its management tools with the BLUETTI stuff. So if you want to see that, leave a comment down below and let BLUETTI know that we want to upgrade the Forester even more. But before we go ahead and do the fun part, we got to run some wire. And, well, as I said, this is thick gauge wire. So we're going to try to figure out how to make it as easy as possible. Thankfully, on the older Subarus, we have a pretty big grommet that we're going to feed right through. But on some newer Subarus, that grommet is very, very tight. So you might have to actually feed it through a quarter panel and up it in through the grommet there. So there's a couple different options, and it really depends how you're going to be struggling through this, because this is always a little bit of struggle feeding this through your car. Thankfully, once we run it through, we're going to be pushing it through the firewall inside the car, because then we only need to push this much through and not the whole line pushing it. To push some wires through, we took some heavy gauge steel wire, wrapped it around the loops, and then wrapped the whole thing in black tape, pulling it through. Now with our wire fed through the firewall, we can go ahead and run this to the back or wherever you're going to be mounting your Charger 2. As you guys know, I have some pretty cool MOLLE panels on the rear windows, and that's actually where I mounted my old small 150 watt inverter. So we're getting a little bit of an upgrade with the Charger 2, and I'm going to be replacing where that inverter was with the Charger 2. So I have a nice place for it on the MOLLE panel. That said, you have a couple different ways to run this. So for some people, the easiest, if they're especially putting it in the mid row or on a corner here, is they can go ahead and you can pop this trim here and you can run the wire through the plastic trim on the door seals. For me, I'm actually going to be running it through the center dash because I already have some wire ran through there, and well, I have no rear seats, so it gives us a pretty straight run to wherever we want. Now in the back here with our 2 power cables, we want to go ahead and, well, mount up the Charger 2. So you can see this is what we're replacing. A very, very old, actually frayed ProWatt 150 watt inverter with something a little more powerful. Usually I had it mounted up here, but that's because I had to always mess with that. So what I'm thinking is we're gonna move all this stuff off this molly rack here. So take this guy off and then undo this one. And then we're going to mount our Charger 2, I think just like right here, because it's going to give us room to go ahead and, well, the holes are lining up in some spots, but then they won't line up on this side. So I'll probably end up just zip tying it to this molly rack and using some rubber to isolate it. And now with it all mounted up really solidly, what we're going to do is there's 2 Phillips screws. We're just going to undo those and we can finally do the fun part of connecting everything. So just undo these 2 screws and it removes this plate right here. And then we have our plate off. We can go ahead and start plugging stuff in. So we can see we have our alternator, our charge, our solar, our DC panel, and battery. So we can go ahead. Obviously, we're going to use the alternator, so we'll undo these. They got nice little crimp connectors on here already, so it's simple as just pushing it through and doing it up. Before we go ahead and turn it on, we got one more thing to do. So if you try to turn it on, obviously it's not going to work because, well, our power leads are right here running to the battery. So we're going to be using their included fuse. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mount this right on top here. It's actually a really nice setup. So I believe this will be whatever your vehicle is. So every vehicle is going to be different, but Subarus have a 12, I believe here. We'll pop this guy off and then toss this guy with the fuse. It's going to be a little tight with everything going on. I'm going to probably need some upgrades for sure on this car. We have a lot of electrical stuff and I feel like it's only right to do some upgrades here shortly. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of the upgrades we're going to be doing on here. And while you're down there, don't forget to go, well, check out the channel memberships because we do have exclusive perks and behind the scenes content. And now with it all plugged in, we should hopefully see a green light on the Charger 2, which I do see. And we can go ahead, connect our app, and connect our Elite V2 and see how it all works. With it plugged in, I just got to go on the BLUETTI app here and add a device. Looks like it is added, add your Wi-Fi, and then I just got to go hit Charger. And there we go. We can actually see what is going on. Looks like there is nothing going on because, well, it's just barely pulling power from our car battery. So let's go ahead. We'll take our connector here, plug this in, and plug it in into the portable power bank and go from there. And with it plugged in, we can go ahead and we'll see the app. So you can actually check out all the voltages moving around, which is pretty cool. There's not much going on because we haven't started the car yet, but we'll start it up here shortly and check it out. It also has a really cool feature. If we go into settings, we go reverse charging, which we'll talk about here in a second, as well as some other settings. Obviously, we're going to have to go test this out. So our car is fired up now, and let's see what the Charger 2 thinks of it. And there we go, the Charger's kicked on, and we're pushing around 600 watts just at idle, charging the Elite. Even with my old alternator, it's doing 600 watts. Absolute game changer on the trails. And on top of that, it has reverse charging, allowing you to do emergency jump start, especially when things get cold and your starting battery dies. If you've been around the channel for a while, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Besides that, it also has a trickle charge, which allows you to keep your batteries steady over time if you're camped at a single spot for maybe a long period of time. And finally, it has pulse maintenance, which allows you to apply a controlled pulse to your battery to increase the lifespan. And that is pretty cool. We've turned, our day-long drive just to get a few percentage in to, being able to probably charge our power station up in a couple hour drive while we're venturing on the trails. As I said, this is just the start of kind of the electrical makeover for this car. I do want to make it more robust. I do want to add a few things, like I said, in solar. So stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed for all of that. Also, stay subscribed to see if we're actually going to have to end up using the reverse charging on the battery on the car to get us out of a sticky situation when maybe my not so good battery eventually decides to die. And if you're looking to build out your Subaru for adventures like mine, definitely go check out Flat 4 Off-Road for all your adventure Subaru needs. And finally, if you are looking to add a charger to your build, definitely go check out BLUETTI. Huge shout out to them for being able to set me up and set you guys up with a discount, an additional 5% off the Charger 2 and its early bird pricing, starting at $499. It's Chase CH2. And if you are someone that's running the Charger 1 and wants to upgrade to the new and improved one, you can also go ahead and upgrade to the Charger 2 for $149 as well. And with that being said, I will see you on the next adventure where we get to put that to use.